have another race that we're going to be doing today. And in this race, we're going to be traveling to mid-Ohio. And I'll be utilizing my Audi R8 once again in the Forza GT class. And this is another track that's real challenging. There's lots of real tight, squirrely sections on this track. There is a couple of fairly decent straightaways where you can get up to speed, but overall, it's a pretty tight course. I'll set my tire compound soft because I'm going to be qualifying. With my Richard Petty paint job on my Audi. Now this is another race that's fairly long. So there is going to be a required pit stop to change tires. I chose to start out the race with a bit more fuel so that in the pit stop I won't have to take fuel. I'll only have to change tires, which will make the pit stop a little bit faster. Now, as of right now, there's only 2 people. Well, now there's 3. Somebody else just joined. So there's only 3 people as of right now. But by the end of qualifying, quite a few more people have joined the lobby for this race. And it's uphill to the left, and then you have to brake pretty hard coming around to this hairpin that leads you around through this short chute onto the front straightaway. And this straightaway isn't really all that long. And then here's the 3rd lap on qualifying. I don't know why that person was just sitting there in the middle of the track. And over there to the left, that's the entrance to the pit. So when you do decide to pit, coming through that corner, you have to slow down quite a bit. Otherwise, you'll slam into the wall when you're going into the pits. How do I know that? So I qualified 4th. I wonder if I'll be able to keep that position. And our field consists of got a Lamborghini, a Porsche, a Dodge Viper, me and my Audi R8 LMS, a vet, a BMW, another Viper, another Corvette, oh, a KTM Expo, a Bentley, and another Porsche. So the field isn't all that big, it's only 11 people. Um, this allows up to 24 people per race. And we're off. Now with I have a rear view mirror, but this particular car also has an LCD screen with a rear facing camera. Bentley's getting around there pretty good. Now you're able to get up to fifth on this straightaway, but then there's heavy braking for this right-hander that goes into this first gear left, this uphill, downhill hairpin, into this kind of sweeper. And this is another pretty tight corner right here. Trying to give this Bentley room. He actually does seem to be a little bit faster than I am. I'm keeping my eye on this Corvette that's in my rearview mirror. I lose it a little bit right there, and that allows that KTM and Corvette and the BMW to get past me. But I'm able to get around this corner a little faster than that Corvette, heading into this back straightaway. Now, as with the previous race, I plan on pitting on the 5th lap to take on tires. And even with the massive tires that these cars have and the racing compound, these vehicles possess so much horsepower that you can spin these things out. If you like come out of a corner, and right there I swung into the grass, and that allowed that BMW to get around the outside of me. And this Corvette, he's filling up my rearview mirror, and he's able to get underneath me there. He's taking out a few cones. That Viper, he tapped me on the rear bumper there, and he was able to dive underneath me there. Now I hold that guy off in that Porsche. And he bangs into my rear bumper there. But he's able to get around me because I slid a little bit to the outside and gave him enough room. Not exactly sure, somebody spin off the track. I was able to get past this Porsche down this back straightaway. And that Porsche, he was pretty persistent back there, but now he's disappeared, so I'm not exactly sure if that guy went off track or what. And I'm starting to feel the loss of grip around corners and stuff. So I know that I'm getting ready to, this lap here, I want to pull in to the pits. Well, there's a cone dancing around. Now it says that I gained points for an overtake, and I'm not exactly sure who I overtook. So I'm seeing this Viper come out of the pits because he just took on tires. And I wanted to pit on that lap, but coming around that corner, I kind of had the wrong trajectory coming out of that corner, and I wasn't lined up right to get into the pits properly. So on this lap right here is when I'm going to be entering the pits. He dives down underneath me. He's clearly got better grip than I do because he just put on new tires. And right there is a little, I can feel the slide over there, like sliding into the grass right there. And I'm purposely braking a little bit more than I ordinarily would because I know that my tires are not 100%. And then coming through this, you got to slow down quite a bit to angle correctly to get into this pit lane right here. And I take just tires and no fuel. And my pit crew, which is always very good, they get me out of there quick. So Now I end up, I'm not exactly sure how I ended up in 7th place, because I was in 11th. Unless there's just like a lot of people that have just left the race or something. But I'm in 7th. And this guy in front of me apparently is a death holder. I'm going to try to rein him in. I don't know if this guy is pitted. Some people choose to not pit, and they end up paying for it later in the race because they just absolutely run out of grip on their tires. There's a couple of people that spun out. This guy in this Viper. And so I overtook that guy that spun out. I got moved up to 6th place. But he's back. I can see him in my rearview mirror. This guy behind me is gaining ground. I think that might be that KTM Expo. I slid right there a little bit. Went on in the grass a little bit there, quite a bit. And so that KTM, he was able to get past me. I'm sliding all over the place. I gotta get this thing back under control. So I lost a spot there. And these little KTMs, these things are awfully quick. And I don't know that I'm gonna be able to catch this guy. I'm gonna try, but those things are like 600 horsepower go-karts. Very light, very nimble, and really quick. my grip is starting to fade a little bit. It's too late in the race to try to pit and get another set of fresh tires. So on this last lap coming up, I'm going to have to just back off on things a little bit because I don't have the grip. So the chances of me catching that KTM are pretty slim because I'm definitely not able to be as aggressive in the corners as I'd like to be. Like right there, that's another little slide because of tire wear. And this is a real tricky portion of this track. Real tight. And so other people have already crossed the finish line. So it looks like I'm going to end up being 7th in this race, which isn't too bad. I managed to hold off that Porsche behind me and end up being 7th. I lost 3 positions overall and no penalties or anything, so that's a plus. Looks like pretty much everybody else had a penalty of some sort. So that's my race for today at Mid-Ohio in my Audi R8 LMS. And I'll see you on the racetrack.